us with those details. Meanwhile, Kalyani Shankar, senior journalist, is also live with us now on the broadcast. Kalyani Shankar, all eyes, of course, on the overall polling turnout. Of course, we're keeping a close eye on whether it's going to be as high as we saw in Assam and of course, Kerala as well as Puducherry. And even as I come to Kalyani Shankar, we're seeing visuals now of O. Panneerselvam, former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, is also come out to cast his vote. O. Panneerselvam there in queue to cast his vote. The former CM of Tamil Nadu, who in fact had thrown his support behind the DMK this time. It switched during the election, has arrived to cast his vote as well. That was also an interesting development, Kalyani Shankar, this election, wasn't it? O. Panneerselvam switch from supporting the NDA to suddenly supporting Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin. Kalyani Shankar, can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you now. Please go ahead.
Yeah. See, Panneerselvam joining DMK, it's a double-edged weapon because, people who liked him earlier in AIADMK might not be very happy for him to join the DMK. And, that too, he had been a chief minister for 2-3 times. Jayalalitha has chosen him and he continued for a second time and then he left ADMK. So to that extent, he may have to, it's a risky thing for him, but it all depends on how much DMK supports him because there are some internal problems. There are many people within the DMK also, they didn't want him to join. So anyway, that is one thing. But today, actually, there are two big states, Tamil Nadu and West Bengal. Both are crucial for the BJP. And BJP is trying its level best to become at least a number 2 party in Tamil Nadu. And in Bengal, of course, they are trying to unseat Mamata Banerjee. So in that respect, today's voting is very, very important. So far, the voting seems to be less than 20% in most of the constituencies your reporter has read out. So we'll have to wait and see how long it will take for the other people to come and join. There is one theory in politics is that if more people come out to vote, that means that they are against the government. But I don't know whether this will hold today in these two things. It's a very, very, very interesting, competition between the parties today.
Yes, that used to be the theory earlier, Kalyani Shankar. But we've seen that also theory, change to suddenly being a pro-incumbency vote as well. So we don't quite know whether high voter turnout means anti-incumbency or pro-incumbency anymore, isn't it, Kalyani?
Things keep changing anyway. BJP, if it surges forward, that itself is a very interesting development, I would say. DMK coalition is okay, so DMK can do well because they don't have many anti-incumbency votes in the opposition. So this election, I feel that most of the leaders do not face anti-incumbency, be it the Mamata or Stalin or Assam, Mohanta. Most of these, I'm not saying all, but most of them don't have the anti-incumbency to face. That's one important thing in this election. Second thing is that BJP is definitely want to take over in both the states. It has identified these 2 states for past 1 or 2 years. They have been trying to get a foothold in Tamil Nadu and West Bengal. They have been trying to do whatever is possible for the politics to get good number of seats in both the states. That's why they have joined with the ADMK. And last time they didn't, they went alone, and this time they have joined with the ADMK. So ADMK coalition is not as powerful as DMK coalition. So some of the polls which I have seen last week, it says that in two polls, they have said that ADMK can also come to power. So that's a really questionable, remark, but we'll have to wait and see how. Elections are really very funny because sometimes there is upset, sometimes it goes as you like. And that's why we have to wait to see, particularly these two states, and they are very important for BJP.
Okay. Let me also quickly bring in now Ramaswamy Mayappan, political analyst, who is joining us live now. Ramaswamy Mayappan, even as we see O. Panneerselvam show his inked finger, he's just cast his vote there in Periyakulam, of course, in Tamil Nadu. All eyes, of course, on Tamil Nadu and on the voters of Tamil Nadu. What do you believe could end up becoming the X factor this time that will determine which way the state will sway? Also, what are the main voting issues that you believe are weighing heavy on the minds of voters today as they come out to cast their ballot?
Bharat Mata, Bharat Vasya ko mera pranam, and I first express that all citizens, please come out and exuberantly vote, exercise your franchise. Your vote is your voice, and whatever change you want to bring about in democracy, that's your major weapon. So let's go ahead and exercise that in best. And I also want to instill a little bit of competition. Pondicherry, I think, went up to a little over 93%, and Assam went over to the high 80%. So hopefully West Bengal and Tamil Nadu also bring up those high percentages and compete as citizens and as showing the pride of their respective states. And now coming to your question, the X factor in this election and the major issues in the campaign. The X factor is majorly how this election has been, how the campaign has been conducted. Traditional campaigns have gone out of the window. People going door to door or major campaign rallies have seen a shrink in terms of numbers and how many doors were knocked. And the entrant Vijay has made a major change on what issues he campaigns on and how he reaches out to his voters. Social media continues to be a major form of reaching out to voters. In fact, we saw one of the candidates even have a robo come and present his manifesto to the public. So these are new things that people are bringing into foray. And people will also have to bring in smaller issues. Earlier, ideology used to be the primary issue that people used to campaign with. Today, it's become personal issues, day-to-day issues. Women's safety is a major concern. Education is a concern. Education loan is a concern.
Yes.
Employment security is a concern. And people may say anti-incumbency is not so strongly visible with Vijay or the ADMK campaigning. But if you look at it, the underlying government staff have expressed their interest over a long period of time. The Safai Karamcharis, the police workers, the school teachers,
Okay.
all of these people have
Okay, I think O.
expressed their
Panneerselvam is
apprehension.
addressing the media. Let's go live across.
கொஞ்சம் பின்னாடி வாங்க நீங்க கேமராமேன் பின்னாடி போனா தான் தெரியும் கொஞ்சம் கேமராமேன் பின்னாடி போங்க சார் நேரா चले லோ கீழ பரவாயில்லை பின்னாடி வாங்க टीवी टीन माइक नीचे टीवी नहीं सर ओके सर கீழ இறக்கல உங்களுக்கு தெரிய மாட்டேங்குது சார் இன்றைக்கு வாக்குப்பதிவு செலுத்திருக்கீங்க எப்படி சார் மதசார்பற்ற முற்போக்கு கூட்டணிக்கான
இன்று நடைபெற்றுக் கொண்டிருக்கின்ற சட்டமன்ற பொதுத் தேர்தலை ஒட்டி அனைத்து மக்களும் பொதுமக்களும் மதசார்பற்ற முற்போக்கு கூட்டணியின் மகத்தான வெற்றியை உறுதியாக பெறும் என்ற நிலை இன்றைக்கு உருவாகியிருக்கிறது. கடந்த 5 ஆண்டு காலம் ஒரு சிறப்பான ஆட்சியை நாட்டு மக்களுக்கு மாண்புமிகு முதலமைச்சர் அவர்கள் தந்ததின் அடிப்படையில்
Panneerselvam, of course, voting there. But Radhakshmi Joshi, senior journalist, is also joining us now. Radhakshmi Joshi, for a second, let's quickly turn our focus from Tamil Nadu now to West Bengal as well. West Bengal, of course, also voting today. It's a very high-stakes election, of course. We've already seen some violence being reported from Murshidabad area. But apart from that, no big incidents so far. Radhakshmi Joshi, how do you view how polling has gone there since the morning, and do you see this as a big election, as a possible different election from previous ones in West Bengal?
Hello there, and very firstly, I would like to make an appeal to your viewers, especially the voters in Tamil Nadu and in West Bengal, to please kindly go out and vote and enjoy this festival of democracy, participate in it wholeheartedly, and especially a word, Uday, to your voters in West Bengal, that this time the Election Commission has put in almost thrice the number of security. So, and also if you have looked at the reduce in the number of phases, I think it is quite evident that security has been taken care of. So this was a major concern in the past so many elections.
And that's something the state government was not very happy with, though. So many,
yes, absolutely.
so much deployment.
So
yes.
Even some of the top police officials who were actually very unfortunately a part of the violence, in the previous elections, they have all been transferred. So all of this, I think, it points to the fact that people can go out without any fear. They should go out confidently and cast their vote, because unless they do that, they will not be able to see a change. And another major factor, Uday, is the fact that the Election Commission has also announced that the CRPF personnel, I think, all those companies, they will be there at least for 6 months after the announcement of the results. So that, I think, it should kind of instill confidence in the people that there will not be any post-poll violence as well. Because after the results, especially, there tends to be this kind of a scenario in Bengal. It's pre-poll, during poll, and after poll also. So please go out and vote and make sure that you see the change that you want to see. Uday, in Tamil Nadu as well as in West Bengal, there is definitely anti-incumbency. Contrary to what even my co-panelist was talking about in Tamil Nadu, but in West Bengal especially, you obviously know that there are 3 terms now. Now in West Bengal, yes, it does take time for the people to probably throw out a government, like you have seen in the past with
Yes.
the left governments as well. So now also I think that the time is due for the current government to go. Like if you have seen what the Supreme Court has said about the way in which Mamata Banerjee handled the ED raids. So all of that, I think that things have gone a bit too far, and that kind of high-handedness definitely seems to have reached its absolute peak. So I think that the people should be able to voice their opinion wholeheartedly and participate in this festival of democracy, and make sure that they get the absolute government that they deserve and that they want. So this, I think, Uday, is something that people have been, they've not been given this choice earlier, because they were threatened not to even go out and vote. There used to be duplicate voting, there used to be fake voting. So all of this hopefully will be taken care of this time around, because there is, like I said, thrice as much as security as there was earlier. So with all that kind of a almost a war-like situation, I think that people should definitely take the opportunity and go out and vote. And I see things going out in the BJP's favor, because see, this phase especially is something that all the seats in this phase are seats where the BJP has an upper hand. So I think that the BJP definitely will be able to gain a lot from this phase especially. And I do see a lot of things happening, turning around.
Okay.
Even otherwise, I think that
And also what we saw was an appeal today morning, Kalyani Shankar, from the Prime Minister and Home Minister, and they particularly emphasized on women and young voters, saying, please go out and vote enthusiastically. What is the messaging in that statement? And could they prove to be a factor in turning the way the vote goes?
Now have come to look at the women as such, as a group, as influential voters. So they all try to do something free, freebies, and earlier also they had given mixer, laptop, all kinds of things in Tamil Nadu they were giving among the freebies. So this is one thing which PM also and Home Minister, they are also appealing to the women, and they have been trying to, right from giving them the gas and other things, So they are trying to woo the women voters. So whether women voters as a whole group will vote for them or they will split the votes. So that is an important thing one has to see. As far as the younger group, is that the first time voters and other younger group. So they are definitely influenced by the oratory and also sometimes ideology doesn't matter these days, but the other freebies or things like that. So they are more concerned about education and then their job opportunities and things like that. If these are given to them,
Yes.
probably they might consider voting for the BJP in both the
All right.
states.